A Giants legend just admitted he's worried about Malik Nabers. And considering how important Nabers is to this offense, that's not really something Giants fans want to hear right now. My name is Sam from Roundtable Sports, and this injury situation with Nabers is somehow more important than people first realized. Let's hop straight into it. Former Giants great Tiki Barber recently spoke about Malik Nabers' recovery, and he admitted that he has some real concerns about the wide receiver's knee situation. Now, obviously, when a former player starts expressing concern publicly, people pay attention, especially someone who understands exactly what it takes to survive in an NFL season physically. And to be honest, Tiki's concerns kind of make sense, because Malik Nabers isn't just another receiver. He's the centerpiece of this offense. Everything changes when he's on the field. Defensive coverages, spacing, safety alignments, and pressure looks. Defenses game plan around him. And for a young quarterback like Jackson Dart, that matters a lot. If Nabers isn't fully healthy, the entire offense feels different. And that's where the concern comes from. Reports recently revealed Nabers underwent a second knee surgery this offseason after tearing his ACL and meniscus last season. Now, reportedly, this second procedure was considered more of a cleanup surgery to remove scar tissue and improve flexibility. That's definitely better than another major reconstruction, but still, multiple surgeries on the same knee always gets attention, especially for a receiver whose game depends on explosiveness, sharp cuts, acceleration, and sudden separation. Now, for those of you who don't know, Tiki Barber is the Giants' all-time leading rusher and current radio show host for WFAN in New York. Barber voiced his concern that Nabers' knee might become a constant issue. This is what he had to say.
Yeah, so this worries me because of the experience that I, not myself had, but my son had. So when you tear your ACL, and let's say it's a clean tear of your ACL, it is so easy to have that surgery done. Wait a couple weeks, you strengthen your quad, you have the repair. The hard part is the rehab, getting the flexibility back. It is what it is. Ultimately, it comes back and you're fine. Guys play with ruptured or rehabbed, repaired and rehabbed ACLs all the time. It's when you also tear your meniscus that it becomes an issue, because it's hard to repair that fatty pad tissue. And my son Chasen had this his rookie season at Brown, tore his ACL, but also damaged his meniscus. And he came back and he played in his second year later in the season. He was okay. Third year was fine. This year it came back and bothered him again. And he basically didn't play his senior year. And now he's getting ready to graduate. He's going to go work in investment banking. Football just kind of ended, mainly because he never got right with his knee. Malik Nabers, who is an elite athlete, he's not a 6'5" wide receiver, but he thrives on his athleticism. And the only way as a bounding athletic athlete you feel comfortable is if you don't have pain. Now, the ACL is not going to be the painful part. It's going to be the meniscus. And clearly, it was an issue because we haven't seen him, or at least heard of him, actively participating in the offseason workout plan. We now hear he's had a cleanup because he had stiffness in the joint, which tells me that something kind of got loose in there. And so I unfortunately feel like this is going to be a consistent issue for Malik Nabers.
Oh, jeez.
And it's I don't want to wish bad things because I think he's a phenomenal player, but it worries me when there's a second procedure months after the initial procedure.
And I think Tiki's concern probably comes down to one simple thing. We still don't know what Malik Nabers will look like physically when he returns. Will he still be explosive immediately? Will he trust his knee fully? Can he move exactly the same way he did before the injury? Those are huge questions, because elite receivers rely heavily on confidence in their movement. The second a player hesitates even slightly, changes everything. The pressure around Nabers is also different now because of Jackson Dart. The Giants are trying to develop a young quarterback, and the fastest way to help a young quarterback succeed? Elite receivers. Nabers makes life easier for everybody. People like Dart, the offensive line, the run game, and every other pass catcher. That's a true wide receiver one impact. So when his health becomes uncertain, the ceiling of the offense changes too. Now, to be clear, this doesn't sound like a catastrophic setback. The Giants still reportedly believe Nabers has a chance to be ready for Week 1 against Dallas, and cleanup procedures during an ACL recovery aren't unheard of either. So this isn't necessarily panic mode, but it is something worth monitoring carefully throughout training camp. And in my opinion, This situation says a lot about where the Giants are as a franchise now. A few years ago, an injury like this probably wouldn't have changed much nationally. But now, people care because Malik Nabers feels like one of those true building blocks of the future. And that's different. The expectations around this offense are higher now. So I completely understand why Tiki Barber is concerned, not because Malik Nabers can't recover, but because the Giants need him to be special again. Not just available, special. Because if Malik Nabers returns looking like himself, this offense becomes that much more dangerous. But if his explosiveness isn't fully there yet, the Giants may need other players to step up early this season. But what do you guys think? Are you guys worried about Malik Nabers heading into the 2026 season? Let me know in the comment section below. My name is Sam from Roundtable Sports, and I'm going to catch you all in the next one. Deuces.